Hello, everyone. Like I promised you before, when I made the gluten-free bread, we're going to make one using our oven instead of our bread maker. Um, so I'm going to actually do it two different ways. One, I'm going to follow the ingredients from the bread machine into one bowl. And the next one is because so not everybody has to go around and get all these different ingredients. I'm going to use a bread recipe that I have for regular bread, and instead I'm going to use the one-to-one baking bread flour, gluten-free flour, I should say, because it has the various ingredients all mixed together. But I'm going to try it. So we're going to try two different ways. And I already prepped few things. I know you don't usually do that, but I'm just trying to, what I put here, and I've already actually pre-warmed it a little bit. Following the bread machine, I have 1 1/3 cups of milk. I added 3 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter. And I also added 3 tablespoons of honey and 1 egg. And I also need to add the uh, 1.5 teaspoons of vinegar, actually apple cider vinegar or cider vinegar to this recipe. Now I'm not going to do that uh, with the other one because it says one-to-one baking. So let's see what happens. And we're trying all this together, so why not? But for the regular, uh, when we're using the regular bread, what I have here is 1.5 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of butter, about 1 1/8 teaspoon of yeast. There we go. Again, the method I'm using, and because of the type of flour we're using, they are not going to this uh, bread is not going to rise as like you saw before with the bread machine. It doesn't rise like the regular flour because of all the various ingredients. But right now I'm just getting all these wet ingredients mixed together. Let me do this one here too. I purposely had them a little bit warmer, so by the time we're ready to put them in here and start mixing them with the dry ingredients, uh, they are ready for us. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and add the yeast in this one here too. I'll just do it my way here. So we need 2 1/4 teaspoons. Here's one. Here's two. And here's 1/4. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Here we go. Let's stir it together here. And again, this is an experiment for both of us. So this will help you not to be afraid of experimenting and trying these different things. So okay, so let me start with this one here. This is our regular. Uh, Again, I'm following the recipe from the ingredients, I should say, from the bread machines to see what happens with us here. So we're starting with the chickpea flour, garbanzo flour, garfava flour. It's all the same. We need 1 cup, but for the easy of measuring out of our measuring of our container here, I'm using the 1/2 cup. There we go. And I'm using this for the medium size from the bread machine because I'm going to use a 9-inch. This one here, by the way, I already have two of them, as you see, heavily buttered for our task today. All right, we started with this. Now we need the tapioca. So tapioca is also, it's asking for 3/4 cups. So okay, so this measurement here is half a cup. So here's half. Here, let me grab the 1/4 cup from here, and then we can. It's not over here, so we'll go grab another one from over here. So it's still sitting over there. And there we go. Whoops. I'm making a mess. There we go. Yeah. Okay, 1/4. And now we need 1.5 teaspoon of salt. You know, I'm gonna do it at the same time with the other one. The other one needs, let's see, I'm gonna put the 1 teaspoon here. And here we need 1.5. Here's the 1. Here's the half. And there we go. And let's see what else we need here. Oh, okay. So we have the sorghum flour. We need half a cup. We have it right here. Here's our friend half a cup is over here. We'll use it. Make it easy for the half a cup of sorghum flour. And then we'll move into the cornstarch and the potato starch. And again, like I mentioned before, if you can't find the potato starch, you can use all cornstarch. It won't hurt anything. We've done it before. And all these ingredients, some of them you could also mix them. Now it's telling me cornstarch, half a cup plus 1 tablespoon. What I'm going to do is half a cup from here, and I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of potato starch because our customer likes it that way. Likes more potato starch and less cornstarch. There we go. Half a cup of cornstarch. I wanted to make sure because I know that's a big quantity of the cornstarch there. And then we're going to put 3 tablespoons of our potato starch. Like I mentioned last time, it's hard to find it in the store, so I had to buy it online. So here's 1. Kind of overflowing a little too much there, but that's okay. This won't hurt. Here we go. There, because some is stuck inside. So now we have that done. Next is going to be our xanthan gum. It's this one. Can you see the name? I'll post the ingredients from here as well. 2 teaspoons, sorry. Here we go. That's the wet one. Here's the dry one. Okay, here's 1, 2. Sorry, I put all these things together because I just decided here, let's do it. I have time. Let's do it for you guys. I know I keep getting the request like, I need to do it, but I don't have the bread machine. Can you help me, please? So we're helping each other. And we need 1 teaspoon of the gelatin here. As I mentioned, I have this dried gelatin that's vegan, so it doesn't have any pork in it, in case you are worried. And I put my yeast in here. See, it's already fermenting. It's getting ready for me. I love it. I love it. This thing here too is, whoa, I like it. Oh, we're done with our dry ingredients. All I have to do is mix them. So I'm going to be putting 3 cups of our 1-to-1 baking right here. And I'm also going to use the half a cup to make it easy. I already have the yeast in our. Thank you. My camera crew is worried about me here. Okay. Here, let me get the other one. go. Because that was a third cup, not a. So let me put 3 of these to make it a cup here, so we won't be messing things up. 2, 3. So now we have 1 cup. So that means for make it 3 cups, I'll need 4 more of these. 1. It's better if you really either swipe it with your finger or use something so you have the exact measurements for you. But you know me, a lot of times I don't do that because I'm able, a little bit to eyeball it sometimes. So there we have. Now we're done with the flours in here. Next, I already put the salt as you saw me earlier when I mixed them together. Just 1 teaspoon of sugar, and in here, there we go. Let me start mixing our dry ingredients. That's all it was for this one. It's simple. I wanted to do it so you don't have to go through if you don't want to buy all these different ingredients for the gluten-free. They do have the one-to-one, but let's see if it works for us one-to-one. I've heard some that they try the one-to-one and just doesn't really work as well. But I am mixing the dry ingredients here really, really well before I add the wet. And the same thing here. The odd part is this one is more whitish flour than this has a little bit of I think because of the garbanzo beans flour, it's a little bit yellowish. This is the herb group in my little garden. And I'm also going to flavor both of them with oregano and thyme. So I'm using these are dry. I'm only doing it dry, honestly, just for the convenience right now, so I don't have to chop the fresh ones. I'm going to put in each one of them about 2 tablespoons of dry oregano and 1 tablespoon of dry thyme. You can also, if you'd like, you can add some rosemary. There, look at that. This is going to be very, very flavorful here. I love to add flavors to the bread. It doesn't hurt the sandwich when you're eating it. To be honest with you, it does not. It actually gives it that special flavor, and it doesn't it's not overpowering or anything like that, because it's getting cooked. I mean, it's getting cooked for about. We're going to then later on set our ovens at 375. Bake them at 30 to 35 minutes. I like to put my bread not the lowest, just a little bit higher than the lowest rack in your oven. If we go too high towards the middle, what will happen is then your top is going to be overbaked, and the bottom will end up being underbaked. And we'll bake them, as I said, like 30. It's going to be really 30 to 40. So most likely around 35. The reason I mentioned 30 to 40, I want you to set the timer for 30 and then look at them. See how the color is. We'll look at them together. We want them to be golden brown, and we want them to be golden brown, and we want them to when they are golden brown, then we know that the bottom is going to be good. Obviously, we can't unless we're baking in a glass container. I'm not using the glass containers here. Okay, so we have our dry ingredients done here. Here we go. Our yeast is fermented really nicely here in this one, I'm going to go ahead and make a little bit of, I shouldn't have used this one, a little bit of a hole, and then we're going to mix it. And we're not going to, the kneading for these is really the mixing. I'm using a spatula here to mix them together. So let's see. Remember when we made it with the machine, it was sticky. These are going to be sticky too. But we want to mix them well. And I'm not... and also, if you remember the last time, yes, they were a little bit, my hands were, I used the gloves. I could have also put some oil on the gloves so none of this stuff just sticks to it. And I might also use my hands in these because we do need, it's like it doesn't need a lot of kneading, but I want to make sure all the wet and the dry are mixed very well. So here we'll just fold them over now that they are mixed well. Oh, this is nice. I also thought about putting some oil or butter on a spatula, but it's, well, it does, it stuff just comes out, see, by itself. It's pretty good. There we go. This is nice. Oh, this, it's honestly looking really nice. Can you see? I love those herbs sitting in there. That's gonna be so flavorful. Yummy, yummy. Hmm. Maybe I'll start eating gluten-free bread. Let me see. um, Honestly, this is looking good. I can tell just from these herbs. Uh, I mean, as you know, really gluten-free bread by itself sometimes, because of all these ingredients, nothing wrong, just a natural thing. It's that it might have a little bit of a different, I don't want to call it odd taste, but sometimes they don't come out like the taste isn't as good as we would like it to be. Actually, this is pretty good here. But how long we need, I think I want to keep mixing it close to what we did, about 3 minutes, I think, so far. I think I'm good right now with this here. Let me jump to the next one. Yeah, I'll use the same spatula. How you guys doing here, waiting for me? All right. Here comes the wet ingredient. And again, I have 1.5 cups of water, the 2 tablespoons of butter, and the 1.5 teaspoon of yeast. Okay, I'm also doing the same thing here, trying to mix the wet and the dry, and then we'll fold them in together, and we'll see if we need any more any kind of water added to them or not. These feel a little drier than the other one because the ingredients themselves, and here remember we had an egg also part of the wet ingredients. I don't remember if I mentioned it when we were talking, but we also had an egg in there. Yeah, these are a little drier. I'm going to warm up some water and add to them as well to get. I got it. Here we go. I'm gonna put about a cup of water in this. Warm it up for about. It's room temperature water, but I still want to warm it up for about 20 seconds. So again, we had 1.5 cups of water. So I'm adding 1 cup right now. We'll see how much we need to add, and then that will be our amount of liquid that we will need in here. The odd part, this liquid look this ingredient looks bigger than that one. There we go. Uh, the water here is, put it for 20 seconds. Let's see the temperature. I don't want to hurt the yeast. Oh, that's excellent. It's 105, 106. So it's good. So right now, I'm going to start with half a cup and see what happens. Just a little more. And by the way, you can add milk if you want as well. But I'm just doing this with water right now. Okay, yeah, definitely it needed it. Yeah, I didn't like how dry it was. See, you're learning how to experiment and how to add things to the ingredients. Yeah, you don't need more than so far. You don't need more than the half a cup. That's plenty. So we had 1.5. I'd like it to be 2. So there we go. Now the water is actually 2 cups. So let's mix it here for another 3 minutes together. So this is technically instead of the kneading, to be honest with you, and I'm not using a machine. If you do have the food, I'm sorry, the stand mixer, you can put the dough hook in there and mix it in there for 3 to 5 minutes. That will work too. But today I wanted to do it by hand. And then what I'm going to do, uh, I'm not going to put it, this is different. If I had the regular dough, I would put it here and let it rise one time and then put it in the pan and let it rise again. But this is different. This is different type of dough. I'm only going to let it rise one time. After we're mixing it here, I'm going to have it sit there for about an hour. Let it rise for about an hour. I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap and then a towel and put it somewhere where it's not getting air conditioning or heat or not in a cool place. The odd part is this looks like hummus. See? Look at that. This looks like you have hummus here. It's nice. And this one is like dark hummus. But the texture is nice. It's like almost like dough, but it's beautiful. I actually I like how it looks like. I like how it's going. Again, I'm turning it for about 3 minutes here, just going through it. I like using this spatula that nothing is sticking to it. See that? It's better than using my hands. Yes, with my hands you could knead it more, and it is using energy, some energy here, but that's okay. I mean, we are cooking. This is dough. We need to make some energy in there. But I honestly really, really like how it's looking. Look how it's on its own when you're mixing it. It's smooth. Look at that. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. I think that's it. I'm going to stop mixing here. This is good. Here, let's start with one. Get some of these things out of the way. I guess we're done with the book, huh? There. Just to get the ingredients as just this is like the bread machine. What I'm going to do is just uh, put it in here. It's not easy. Whoa, why did you turn on me? Stay there, don't go. I think it doesn't want to go in the oven. See, it's trying to run away. Can you see that? It's turning. Come on, stay there. You can't go. We need you just today. There you go. Here. This is nice. I like the spatula really. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Okay, you're going to go in the sink, and I'm going to just even it out here. Again, this is not We don't normally do this with the regular dough if we're making regular bread, but this is the gluten-free. Again, I don't know why this. I haven't done medium before, to be honest with you, on the machine. So I don't know if the company put not as much wet ingredients for us, but here we go. We'll try what they say, and then if something doesn't happen right, we will fix it next time. And then I could show you again next time if we end up having to fix anything. Oh, this is our kind of our recipe together. Honestly, I haven't done this before, this one. So since I was getting the request, and I thought, okay, well, why don't I try the recipe as if I'm making regular? I got it on my fingers, and then they get, and if and again, if you don't have a spatula, you want to use your hands. Honestly, put some. You can put vegetable oils or butter on your fingers, and then all the dough will not stick. Here we go. They're about the same size. Maybe this is a little bit higher, but they are about the same size. Here we go. They look good. See, the camera crew agrees. Beautiful, very, very nice here. Okay, I like it. Look, spatula is clean. So first I'm going to put some plastic wrap on both of them, and then I'm getting some cloth, some towels, and here, I'll do it this way. There we go. You want it over it, but you still need it a little loose. But again, with this bread, it's not going to rise like the regular bread does. The regular bread will rise like all the way to here. This is not going to. We know that from our experience together. And that's how it is because of the gluten-free flours and everything else. It just rises a little bit, but not like the regular bread. But that's okay. They turned out really tasty, like you saw last time. They were fluffy, tasty, and you know the I know you can't hear them, the camera crew saying yum 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 yum, but the yum 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 yum, I made that up. But yeah, but they are happy. So there, I'm going to let them rest for an hour, cover them with cloths, and then we'll come back and see how they look like. Probably about 10 minutes before the hour, I will preheat my oven to 375. And as I mentioned, I'm going to put them in there for 30 minutes, see how they look. They might need 35, they might need 40. It all depends on how your oven cooks. And as you've seen me before, you cook things, sometimes it needs more, sometimes it needs less. It's just the nature. Sometimes the weather, the barometric pressure. Honestly, this is not made up stuff. It's reality. You talk to any baker, they tell you, well, okay, how far are you off sea level to decide how much you put yeast in it or how much you cook it for. But anyway, we'll come back soon. See you later. Okay, it's here's something also what I did. I forgot to tell you, I did not set my timer for an hour. I set it purposely for 50 minutes. That way I can start my oven. I won't forget to start it to warm it up, so or get it preheated. Remember, at 375, we're going to set the timer once we put it in the oven for 30 minutes. But as you see, I have both of them here covered. Let's see what a surprise. Let's look at the surprise here. And they've been here for an hour, as we said. Look at that. Whoa, 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 whoa. These are going to be wonderful, hopefully. So after they bake, but they're looking good. They're really looking good. I do honestly, this one, I don't know. We'll see how they taste. They might just look different and taste different. They might taste the same. Again, this one, when I put it in the oven, I'll keep it on the left side. So when they're baked, I won't mix them up. But the one on the left side is where we use the pre-mixed uh, flour that was on the 1-to-1 ratio. And here, let's remove this here. And just this one looks smoother. This one doesn't look as smooth, but it shouldn't matter. They're usually like that anyway, when with these ingredients here. So let me show you what I mentioned is for you, don't put it at the lowest if you have, because I have also a lower one too if I needed to. It's a little bit higher, and this automatically puts it. Um, it's not in the middle. It's below the middle. I remember, because if you put it on the middle rack, it's going to put it even higher, and what will happen is your top will cook, the bottoms won't cook as well. Uh, Again, they're both in here. They're sitting there. We're going to set the time for 30 minutes and take a look at them and see how they're doing then. All right. See you in 30. It's been 30 minutes. Interesting findings. I'll pull them out. Very interesting. The odd part is this is the one with what we used with here you could see. I'm gonna put my second glove on. This is the one where this is where we used the items from, or the ingredients from the book for the bread machine. This one here is what we used they say 1-to-1 flour, and we tried to make it look just like a bread. I mean, the color on it is beautiful here. It's out of the way. There we go, friend. Nice, very nice. I like it. Look at that. And I could feel it. It's fluffy. Yeah, yeah. Look at that. We'll wait a little bit. I know probably half hour or longer to cut it, but I could have used the 8-inch instead of the 9-inch, but it's all right. It's not, I know it's not high, but it's good. Actually, for next time, I could use the bigger size. It'll fit nice in the 9-inch for the next time. So it's a good experiment. The aroma is excellent in the kitchen from the bread. Honestly, the smell, it smells just like a regular bread. It doesn't smell anything different. It's even better that the camera crew is saying here. So they're trying to make me change to gluten-free bread. Maybe they don't want me to, then I would eat all their bread. All right, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. I put this loaf of bread back in the oven for 5 more minutes. I could have probably put it for another 5, so a total of 10 more minutes, and that's what you really should do. And also, this loaf of bread is wider because the main ingredient in the flour is rice flour, and for the other loaf of bread, the main ingredient is the chickpea flour, plus the other one had an egg in it as well, and that's probably why. But it is fluffy, and we know it's done. Well, we'll find out. But this should be good. I'm not going to. As I said, I don't want to cook it more. I don't want to dry it out, even though it's still more on the whitish side, but it's okay. It should taste okay. We'll try. We'll come back. I think probably half hour to 45 minutes. So it'll cool off, so we can cut it. So it doesn't. It's better to wait a little bit to cut it. But and we'll see you soon. The bread has been out for about 45 minutes, and let's cut into them. They're still warm. Let's start with this one here. I'm going to cut a couple pieces. One of them is the edge here. Oh, this looks good. It looks really good. We'll move it to the side. And here, I'll show you real quick. You can see it's fluffy, it's nice. I mean, I could feel it's not dry at all. It looks really nice. I could see the herbs in there. Now, let's cut the other one. Before we start tasting, I'm going to do the same thing. It's looking good. There we go. This is also looking here fluffy, and it's looking nice. It's looking nice. I still would have liked it a little browner. So I would definitely recommend 40 minutes for this one. But let's taste both here. Yeah, definitely I would like the other one to be 40 minutes and not. Okay, here we'll start with this one. Excuse me, it wasn't related to that. It's really good. It's really moist. Let's see this one. The tastes are not the same. They are very good, but they don't taste the same. As we were thinking earlier, this one also didn't brown as fast, also because it doesn't have eggs. This one had the eggs in it. That's one difference. And this one we only put sugar. We didn't put honey. This one we put honey. They taste different, but they both taste really, really good. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Definitely, you can taste the herbs. Um, I'm enjoying eating it. It's just I don't know how to describe it, but it's good. It's just like a different flavor of bread, and I'm really enjoying it. Um, well, try it and let me know. Again, I'm going to recommend 40 minutes on this one. Uh, it'll be much better for it. But they both rose well. I could have even done more, done the bigger size on this one if I wanted. But the size is really good for what we need and what we like. And don't forget to give me your opinion how you like it if you try it, and even if you don't, if you have any suggestions. Um, I enjoyed doing this. Again, don't forget to subscribe and also click the notification button. Let your friends and family know. If you know any friends that have gluten tolerance, just guide them to my videos and have them try these. And they can also, if there are things they'd like to eat, but they're not finding a way to really make it, or they're afraid to try it, I'll be more than happy to try it for them. All right, until next time, take care. Bye bye.